to Ted in Hempstead, New Hampshire. I gather you're a Carson supporter.
Yeah, I hope you fawn over me after I hang up as you did for the Bernie Sanders supporter.
Not fawning, simply stating.
Well, you know what? That's just how I see it, and I'm sure that's how a lot of people see it.
Okay, and you're entitled.
So my concern, yeah, I am entitled to that. So
Yeah.
my concern is the way in which you're talking about the Ben Carson interview, which is sort of taken out of context. I think you need to go back and really play and or listen to or read the transcript of what he was intending to do. And it's much like journalists intend to do. And when they are protecting their sources, they hide behind that and they say, I can't tell you my source. I'm protecting him. But when it comes to somebody like Carson and or a presidential candidate, you want to vet them. The media, as the fourth branch, feels they have the right to vet to get to that information. What's the difference? I don't understand. Why do you guys always hide behind that and not give credit to the fact that he is doing something, not only trying to protect the source, but he's doing his Hippocratic oath?
I think that's a good question, and you're listening to the Diane Rehm Show. Go ahead, Chris.
So to the caller's point, I did watch all the interviews and read all the transcripts yesterday, and I think part of what Carson was saying was that he made up the names of the people who he said he was violent toward, and he said he did that to protect them. Well, that's not what he had said before. So we're starting to.
What did he say?
He said before, that there was Bob and Jerry, and here's what happened. And so we went looking for Bob and Jerry, as we do as reporters, to vet stories of presidential candidates. And then when we asked him about it, he said, well, here's the deal. I made up names because I'm trying to protect them. And in fact, they weren't my friends. One of them is a close family member. I talked to that person yesterday, but I'm not going to tell you who it is. Now, the caller is setting up, an interesting question about, well, journalists protect their sources all the time. Why can't presidential candidates? Well, I would make the argument that this is not a source of his. This is a story that we're trying to vet to see if he's telling the truth, if this is who he is he who he says he is? That's our job. And he is certainly within his right not to name the names, and it's certainly our job to go after it. But oftentimes we're protecting sources who are telling us things that they shouldn't be telling us because they could come in for retribution if we did not protect them.